Dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig
it? What's up, you folky horror creeps, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer, and today, well, I've got a pretty outstanding flick lined up for us. It is Avery Crounce's 1983 just under the radar cult classic flick. You gotta see this one, guys. It is Eyes of Fire. And this one is just complete atmosphere and very, very interesting. So let's get right into it. Here is Eyes of Fire. Eyes of Fire is a fantastically enthralling and entirely atmospheric lost horror gem, which abounds with haunting imagery and completely compelling characters, all lost in a supernatural nightmare of maleficent proportions. Fantasy-infused and fairy tale in quality, this magical and brooding production boasts an untamed quality that truly makes it feel unique and special, and unlike anything you've ever seen before. Drenched in a nightmarish realm of cruel spirits and God-fearing missionaries, Eyes of Fire is a mesmerizing cinematic experience that will grab your attention from the start and never let it go. The film follows a group of outcasts led by a pious preacher named Will Smythe, who are banished from their village and forced to survive in the untamed wilds of the forest. Accompanied by an experienced woodsman named Marion Dalton, and a peculiar young witch named Leah. The group settles in a mysterious valley encampment, which has been strangely abandoned in the middle of nowhere. All seems divinely blessed. That is, until bizarre spectral natives and a demonic witch begins luring the group's children into the forest, while simultaneously attacking Smythe's terrified followers and driving them all mad. Can Dalton and Leah figure out a way to keep the settlement safe and the witch and her evil spirits at bay? Or are they doomed to be trapped in this living nightmare for all time? Totally believable and absolutely genuine, the cast of Eyes of Fire is a stupendous one, filled to the brim with unknown actors and actresses that give it their all in this fascinating and unforgettable folk horror tale. Whether malicious or benevolent, the cast loses themselves in the fantasy-rich cinematic tapestry that director Avery Crounce has laid out, and the end result is without a doubt fantastic. The spellbinding performances of this absolutely obscure horror flick are Guy Boyd as Marion Dalton, the rugged woodsman desperate to save his unfaithful wife and their innocent daughter from the devil, Carleen Crockett as Leah, a strange yet kind and caring witch tasked with facing off against evil incarnate, Dennis Lipscomb as Will Smythe, an uncaring and heartless preacher who leads his flock into harm's way, Rebecca Stanley as Eloise Dalton, Marion's unfaithful wife and born-again Christian, and finally Sally Klein as Fanny Dalton, Marion's innocent daughter and prey for the black-hearted dark witch. With fantastic performances and interesting character quirks aplenty, the cast does an amazing job in hanging with the overwhelmingly weird elements of the film, and each performer does their best in filling in this obscure cinematic world full of evil spirits and ancient curses. With fairy tale splendor and supernatural sensationalism, Eyes of Fire is a wickedly great cinematic romp that truly mixes the genre of horror up, making for an unorthodox experience that feels wholly fresh and completely tangible in this unbelievably strange world. The atmosphere of the picture and extremely shocking moments of the film are astounding, making for a trippy and surreal visual landscape for the viewer to get absolutely lost in. The horror elements are expertly crafted and inserted sporadically throughout the film, allowing for us to gradually get pulled into this nightmarish scenario as we slowly trek further and further into the woods. The special effects of the production and look and design of the demonic creatures and ghastly monstrosities of the story are as imaginative as they are frightening, making for a pleasing experience that never feels familiar and always unsettles. The film is an unusual beast to say the least, and the tension and foreboding nature of the story is tremendously phenomenal and thoroughly engaging. The magical way in which things begin to spiral wildly out of control is a thing of beauty, and the end result is genuinely haunting and undeniably unforgettable. If you love movies that contain a sense of dark wonder and ethereal prowess, then you might have found exactly what you're looking for in this flick. In the end, Eyes of Fire is a profusely fascinating folk horror entry that is unquestionably nightmarish and insanely bewitching. And there you have it, you witchy freaks. That is the supernaturally sensational and absolutely atmospheric, very strange oddity that is Eyes of Fire. Just a very obscure one that surprisingly has just seen the light of day thanks to Severin and their amazing box set of folk horror flicks. But yeah, more people need to see this film. It really is interesting. Nothing you've seen before and just really out there in concept. But guys, that is it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Take care.